Hey gang, it's Stud Pack. Welcome back to the channel. About a month ago, we were right here north of Houston in good old Texas, looking at the new Stud Pack house. We showed you the outside, but in this video, we want to show you the inside. And you sure you want to live in there, bud?
We're gonna do a couple things to spruce it up. That's all in the future, but I say right now, we go inside and take a look.
It's pretty crazy. Let's go.
Call me the Joker, call me the fool. When she calls, I always seem to lose my cool. Baby, I'm just a moth to your flame. And don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Yes, it is, baby. Got no class, all attributes. Don't know if I'm talking about me or you, baby. No one gets me like you do. I said loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen. Don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Don't you know, babe, loving you is
So the front door is right here. We're calling this the living room. The first thing we noticed, the entire house is tiled with what? That's a 6x24?
That's right.
You know what? There might be carpet under there. We might get lucky and find real carpet under there.
This is not just the living room. This is probably gonna be the sleeping room. This is probably gonna be my bedroom / office, because it's one of the only rooms that has AC in it.
We have 13 plugs in here, 26 places to plug something in.
That's right.
This is somebody who goes online and says, what does the code say? And it says you have to be able to plug in a 6-foot cord. So they put them every 6 feet. Well, in this house, it's only every 4 feet. It's
That's
crazy.
right.
That's about it in this room. Not too bad. Let's check out, what do we call that? That's the bedroom?
Yeah, we can walk into the bedroom. This is what $190,000 will buy you in Texas in 2022.
And they must have known you were coming because look, RGB smart light bulb.
That's perfect. Are they in? Are they in there?
Yep.
Sounds like they're in there. Like I said earlier, we're gonna be sprucing this house up when we get here. Probably throw a new coat of paint on it, put some lights in here. Probably not the best decision financially, but if I'm gonna be living in here, I want it to not be like this.
I don't know what you're gonna be cooking here. We can't do that much sprucing up. Wait till you see the kitchen.
That's right. Okay, let's go take a look at this bedroom. This is the only bedroom. There's technically another bedroom, but not really. And this is it. It's pretty standard. You'll notice a common theme is it looks like the entire house was paper mache together. There's not a smooth wall in the entire house.
And we're not sure what's going on with these walls. Check it out over here. The drywall is underneath the casing right here. So this drywall must be over the original plaster, whatever it is, we don't know.
The drywall is overlapping the original, whatever it is, everywhere in the house.
Yep. And they just put the casing right back on top.
And it's exposed, and then they just painted that rough edge of that drywall, as you can see here and throughout the rest of the house.
Yep.
We've got some fine carpentry, some trim carpentry here.
Yep.
Notches everywhere through the house.
And the floor in this room, I think this is the worst one. Seems to be really high here, and then it's sloping off there, and a lot of cracking in the tile right there. All right, let's go check out the back of the house.
All right, so we're gonna take a trip into the bathroom. This is the only bathroom in the entire house. So let's take a look in here. Not that big. We've got a light that doesn't line up with the cabinet, that doesn't line up with the sink.
And this is the shower, obviously.
This is the shower. It's a nice walk-in shower. Plenty of room in here. But I mean, if you take a look at the tile, it's so bad. I don't even understand how it could be this bad. You could go on YouTube and watch 3 different tile tutorials and get a job that's 10 times better than this. This is crazy. You can see the red guard all around. This tile is separating up here. You can see the red guard everywhere.
And check out the detail down here by the threshold. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of that is. Maybe they had like something sliding down in there. That is so weird. I do like this floor, but I bet you we could give this shower maybe a couple of months and it would fail. I'm actually scared to see what's behind these walls. It's probably pretty bad.
Look how high that grab bar is. That's probably just a towel bar.
I was just thinking that. A towel bar is a grab bar.
You know, this is a pretty cool bathroom and everything with the sink and the shower, but there's just something missing in here. Like a vital piece of equipment that's not in this bathroom.
Yeah. We're talking about the toilet, gang. So let me introduce to you the poop closet.
Across the hall.
Across the hall is the poop closet with a great linen storage right above. And look, pencil marks and everything. With some deck screws.
They color match to the wood. Can you close the door? There you go. Woo!
There's no words. I don't even have words. You're gonna smoke yourself out of that. And we might have to do some small renovations. What do you think, Dad? Maybe like go to the clearance section at Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, get some clearance tile, re-tile that shower. Again, a couple of $100 to spruce it up and make it more livable until it all has to come down. But this is what they call the flex room. And we're calling it the Willy Wonka room because the more you go into that corner, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Super weird. But as you can see here, the sliding glass door doesn't even close. So every time we show up to the property, I mean, there's just bugs and all types of stuff in this house. It's a mess. There's dead roaches on the floor everywhere, dead wasps, dead spiders.
At least they're dead.
It's pretty gross, but I mean, when we show up here, what do you think, Dad? I mean, this has to be addressed. These are among the things that have to be addressed first. Sealing up the house, making sure that we're not losing air, making sure that bugs can't get in. So what would we do here?
I don't know.
Or just get a piece of wood and span it.
We don't need this door.
That's right.
Well, I guess for egress, but we got a window.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I'm not in that frame of mind today.
That's right. We're just gonna have to think, but it's stuff like
July weekend, but we definitely gonna have to do some stuff like that.
it is stuff like that. When we get here, we're gonna have a huge laundry list of things that we have to do to just even make this space. Technically, you could call it livable, but let's be real. I mean, who would want to live in here?
And this fan is to bring cool air from this room into the kitchen area.
That's right.
There's more in your paper mache.
That's right. I don't even know how you would do that. Again, you could watch a drywall video on YouTube and get much better results than that. So
Yeah, I'm not sure how well it's showing up on the camera, but this is one plane.
Mhm.
This is another. This is different. It's all like twisting and turning.
right, it's not one roof plane meeting another. There's like 4 or 5 different planes. It's so crazy. And there's water damage in the roof, and sometimes we're seeing evidence of water on the floor. As we showed you guys in the previous video, the roof is completely open in some spots, and that's one of those things that we're also going to have to address early on. A lot of the AC units are not working, so we have them set to low 70s when we show up, but when we're not here, we have them in the high 70s.
And there's 3 of these.
There's 3 of them.
One condenser outside.
That's right. And from what we can understand, 2 of them are just not working, but that's pretty typical AC units that are not maintained or installed properly. Look at what we got here. What is this right here? Is that a piece
That's
of...
3/4 inch plywood.
Yep, and it looks like they rolled paint.
Texture with the roller.
Texture. And then you just see well, first of all, you can see drywall screws exposed. There's drywall screws exposed. There's tape, actual drywall tape, that's just stuck. That's everywhere in this house. It's everywhere. I really don't understand it.
Look over here.
Look over here.
I kind of get the sense this bay window was added. They just bumped it out with whatever they had.
I don't know. It's so hard to enter that state of mind of what were they thinking. Sometimes you're like, oh, we can see that they were trying to do this in this house. It's like, what were they trying to do?
And we have an attic door here,
Right?
which is warped, and more paper mache here. And I've actually been up there. It's not too bad. Pretty nice attic door.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no more springs. This one has little
It's like,
little shock absorbers.
That's probably the nicest thing in this entire house.
Yeah. Good old Louisville ladder.
Very nice. And like Dad was saying earlier, I did buy it sight unseen. We did a FaceTime call. I will say the real estate photographers did an excellent job
They did.
on the website. It did not look like this, which is obviously, that's their job. And we were gonna work on this house whether it was good or like this. They did a fantastic job, bought it sight unseen, and in order to get a competitive offer in, It was not only sight unseen, but it was no inspections. We waived all inspections. I think normally buyers use the inspections as a negotiating tactic to get a lower price, but in order to get it at pretty much asking price, which was $190, we said, look, no inspections, sight unseen, yada yada, and we got it. And there were already offers on the house, so we're super lucky to have this place. But we are now in the kitchen / dining nook. Kind of interesting.
Another crazy shed roof.
Shed roof.
Here's how we air condition the kitchen. Let's check it out. Woo! Nice.
That's actually very nice.
It is. And I'm actually seeing some hinges here.
Whoa.
So I think this is some kind of some storage under this bench seat. It doesn't open.
Yeah, they enclosed it.
Because it's trapped by these.
Right. So do you think they trapped it on purpose? You think there's something in there?
There might be treasure in there.
Hey, we might have to open it up.
Let's finish the tour. And I actually brought some crowbars because you never know when we're going to start work.
Next to the attic ladder,
The attic is the nicest area of the house.
Yeah, next to the attic, this is probably one of the nicer parts of the house, which is crazy because you've got this countertop that is, what would you call that color? Peeing in the sand. And then it's balanced on a small cabinet here. They did trim out the cabinet, so that's nice. But again, you guys can just see all the evidence around you. It's just really bad. These outlets are not covered. They're not secured.
Look at this one back here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can see literal corner bead.
What is that switch for? Do you dare flip it?
Yeah, I'll flip the switch.
Nada.
Nope.
Maybe a disposal.
Yeah, maybe.
Disposal. Sorry. Look at this counter. Is it like sinking down here? Oh yeah. Look.
Yeah, the counter's not even secured to a sub top. I'm sure there is no sub top here. It's just
That
a
is
counter.
the counter, yeah.
Yeah, the counter is actually sitting on top of pieces of tile. There's three pieces of tile that are supporting the countertop, and they're not full tiles. They're little tiny tiles. So they were using tiles as shims. That's fantastic.
Oh.
Hey, I gotta use that, buddy.
And look at this.
Stuff is just falling down. I have to use this. This is my sink that I have to wash my dishes with. So why don't you calm down?
I'll be gentle.
We're not doing demo just yet.
As best they could.
That is not the worst venting job we've ever seen.
At least they use foil tape.
They used foil tape, but they missed the first hole, so they had to drill a second one.
Yep.
All right, so this is the kitchen, and then this is the last room in the house. The laundry room / mud room /
Secondary sink. If that one fell apart, you have this one.
secondary sink in case somebody decides to do early demo. And actually, when we showed up to the house today, that door was wide open, and these doors don't have locks on them. Anybody can just open them and get through. So
After you pick up the roof.
After you pick up the roof, that's right. So that's kind of sketchy. So we're gonna have to figure out some type of better security system because anybody can just open that and potentially get inside the house. Now, obviously, there's nothing of value inside the house. They'd actually be doing us a service if they took something. They left the laundry and they left the fridge, as you guys can see. The fridge doesn't work, so that's gonna have to be replaced. Essentially, what we're getting at is everything's going away.
Yep.
It's coming down.
Well, and check this out right here where the roof comes through, and more of the paper mache. But we got to show them how they heat the water for this whole house.
We got the attic is really nice.
Yeah.
This might be first or second.
This is the water heater right here. That's it. There's not a tank water heater in the attic or anywhere else.
EcoSmart. Let us know if that's a good brand.
Does it work? Oh yeah, look at that.
It does work. Whoa! Digital dial?
And the whole house has been repiped in PEX. Check it out.
Kind of hard to gauge whether or not that's a decent plumbing job. I'm sure there's a couple people watching right now who are just looking at that and they can already tell.
Yep.
But we actually have really cool plans for this house. We kind of teased a little bit of the plans in the first video, but we've been working a lot on the future plans of the house.
Yep.
It's always evolving and changing. We spent a lot of hours and a lot of nights designing it and figuring it out. And go ahead.
We bounced around a lot of ideas.
We did.
I just sent you a concept drawing, and you signed up for SketchUp and just went to town.
I think we talked about that in a previous video.
Beautiful job. Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, I purchased SketchUp Pro, did a crash course YouTube lessons, and essentially designed the entire house with SketchUp. It's not perfect, but you get a real good idea of what we're shooting for. So maybe in a future video, we'll get that finished and we'll show you guys. It's gonna be pretty epic, but we're very anxious to know how much it's gonna cost and what it's gonna look like on this property. Earlier, I had mentioned the purchase price of this house, which is $190,000. I know that on a lot of YouTube channels and series, they don't really discuss prices or anything like that because I think it's indicative of how much the YouTube channel is making. People are private about that kind of stuff. But I think on this build, we're gonna be transparent about that. Yeah. We're gonna show how much everything is costing because people wanna know, and that's what people are doing right now, trying to build homes, upgrade their homes. So I think we're gonna be very transparent, as much as we can at least, in how much everything is gonna be costing, whether that's a subcontractor, somebody coming out to pour a slab, or even running to the store and buying materials. We're gonna try and let you guys know all of that.
So I think I'm gonna buy a lumber rack for my truck.
Okay.
I'm tired of putting things hanging out the tailgate.
Okay.
So I can do that for you.
Cool. So you guys have seen the inside of the house. There's actually a few things we want to do on the outside of the house. I think the first thing we got to do, Dad, is we got to go check out that propane tank and see if it's owned by a company or if it's mine.
Yeah, well, I just turned on the gas range and it is propane, so it's full or something.
Okay, well, let's go check it out.
All right.
All right, gang, so we're out here at the propane tank. A lot of great suggestions for this propane tank if we are allowed to keep it. A lot of people said we can turn that into like a reservoir for gas if we have a disaster and we need gasoline. But I think the number one suggestion was a barbecue pit. That's awesome, and we love that idea.
It's gotta be 200 gallons.
It's huge. Do we see a tag or anything on here that?
I don't. I want to remove this, but I'm afraid of a wasp nest under there, but let's go for it. This is kind of
yeah.
And I do get a little bit of smell of propane.
That's right.
Could just be the vent. That's the vent.
Mm-hmm.
If I drop this and run, y'all run too.
God, I hope there's a snake under there. Oh. So
there's a little gauge.
And there's a tag here.
There's a tag.
But I can't read that.
We may just have to ask a neighbor.
There's a brand. I can't make that out. Weird. Okay, well, we'll call the city and figure that out. But it would be super epic if we were able to keep this and restore it. Definitely something we want to show.
Let's put that back.
Cool. And as you can see from the last time that we were here, the grass is cut. And all the way back. Super pretty. You can see how much rubble is there. We're definitely gonna have to take care of that. Some of these trees and stuff are gonna have to go. But this is a massive backyard. And I made sure that the grass was cut before we made this 4th of July trip because we wanted to do something pretty special from a visual standpoint. Like we said earlier, Dad and I have the concept design for the house. A lot of things are gonna dictate whether that's the final design, the price of the house itself. We don't want to go crazy. In my opinion, crazy would be anything over $250,000, but I don't even want to talk about that much money right now, right? But we have the concept. We bought some spray paint and a tape measure, a really long one. So what we want to do is we kind of want to mark out on the grass what the new house footprint is going to be. So let's go get the spray paint and the tape measure out of the car and start spraying the grass. Cool. So if you guys are just tuning in, let me show you the game plan real quick. When this is all said and done, two and a half years down the road, maybe longer, this is gonna be a concrete driveway that comes in, white picket fence, and it's gonna kind of widen into a big 2-story garage right here. The garage door is gonna be right here, and then above it, some windows. That upstairs area is gonna be a livable space while we demo and build the main part of the house. So the garage is gonna almost act as like a studio apartment. First floor is where you park your car. Second floor is where you do all your things like cooking, showering, and sleeping. Now, I don't need a lot, so that's gonna be perfect for me just living in that tiny little space. But that's probably gonna be about phase 1 of the project is pouring that slab for that garage right here and framing up a 2-story building, something we've never done. The reason that we wanted to bring the spray paint and the tape measure is because we wanted to put these blue lines on the ground because we really wanted to get an idea of how it would look in the lot space. We've got a fence here and a fence on the other side. How wide is the lot, Dad? Do you remember?
I want to say 80.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So we've got 80 feet. We don't want to cram a house in the width of the lot if we can use the length of the lot. So this is our current plan, our current concept. What we're doing right now is essentially going to confirm if we've got the room to do it.
It looks like it. So this is the bridge, right?
That's right. So this is the corner. This is the corner of the garage. And this blue line going towards the house is going to be a covered patio because there's going to be a bridge from the garage to the 2nd story of the house, which is going to be where the editing room is for my office and for the videos and the bedroom.
Pretty much lines up with this door.
Yes, it does. That's how we designed it.
Yep.
So really cool. So that would be the walkway. Man, this is exciting just having paint on the ground, dude.
It is.
Okay.
So that's the width of the garage. Why don't I get Mom to hold this at the corner?
Okay.
We'll get the depth of the garage. So it's a square, 24 by 24?
It's pretty much a square.
Oh, too much.
Good corner. That's a pretty good size.
And so the idea is that the garage is going to become our covered workshop when we're building the main house, right? So we don't have to worry about those afternoon thunderstorms, things like that.
That's right. Well, imagine right where you're standing is the corner of the 2-story garage. It's going to go shoot up and it's going to be 2 stories. We're actually probably going to have to build an outdoor covered pergola almost. That's where we're gonna be setting up. We can't work in the garage because my baby's gonna be parked in there.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
As long as we're covered and don't have to worry about the rain.
That's right. So our whole station is gonna be right there on the outside covered pergola. So that's gonna be great. And then after we're done working, we can use that to park different vehicles and stuff like that.
Yep.
Dad's showing off his sideways shuffle with the spray paint. Lots of time doing that, being president of a little league.
Or we did it this way. But that's harder.
I like the other way.
Yeah, me too. All right, there's your garage, dude.
Cool.
Ready to go.
Right, so we got this blue line here. Boom. 2-story garage right here. My main concern was, again, everything kind of being squished in the width of the lot. But if that's the garage, that's the edge of it, that's the bridge there, and then the existing side of the existing house is going to be the same for the new house.
Right.
So we've got that much room, which is how long? 8 feet?
It's 8 feet.
8 feet from the bridge into the new house, and 8 feet, you're gonna be able to walk underneath that 8 feet. Can you get a car or a truck 8 feet wide?
No. We talked about that. We wanted to be able to get heavy equipment back here.
That's right.
You could get a skid steer back here easily if you ever wanted to put in a pool. But I'd like it to be a little wider.
Me too.
Of course, the bridge is going to limit us on our height.
That's right. Well, we're not gonna need something super crazy.
Right. One of the first things I always do when I look at a house or a lot is where's the sun, right?
Right.
That's due east, and that's due west. So the sun is going to do this. The back of the house is always in the shade.
The back of the house will always be in the shade.
Yep.
Which is good because the front of the house is not going to have a lot of windows, but the back of the house is going to have all the
Ton
windows.
of windows, right?
That's
and
right.
The tree, some of the only shade on the property has to go, unfortunately.
We could plant some new trees, maybe.
Absolutely. We
Cool.
will. We will.
Ooh, I had to put my sunglasses on, man. It is
Yep.
hot out here.
It is roasting.
It's roasting. They said they were in a drought. Northern Houston is in a drought, apparently.
3 months without
3
rain right
months
here.
with no rain, which is
Soil's
crazy.
cracking.
The soil's cracking. The grass is dying. I'm not worried about it, though. I think we'll get a lot of water here.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're going to show up after that, by the way. We're going to be here in probably, we're predicting early October.
Fall. Yeah.
Early October, we'll be here working on this house. But let's show you guys the rest of the plans. Right here where I'm standing is the corner of the house.
The back corner.
The back corner of the house is right where that spray can is. We showed you the back corner of the garage. You stay there, Dad. Just for reference, this is the back corner of the garage, and Dad is on the back corner of the house. So if you can imagine, we're gonna have, this is gonna be 2 stories tall, but not livable. It's gonna be a great room. It's gonna be a big living room with a vaulted ceiling, all open in the living room. Super cool design. On the back side of the house, if you can imagine this, we're gonna have windows, a big sliding door all the way across with windows on the top as well. Like we said earlier, the sun sets in the front of the house. It rises and sets in the front of the house. I think cooling that area won't be as difficult as the sun is not shining directly through those windows. I know that's a problem, and we're gonna have to discuss those issues with the people who are experts. Certainly not us.
And if this is the back corner of the house, you still have
That's right, look.
an 80 by 80 backyard.
That's right. We might have a concrete porch here with some posts, a nice shaded place to sit, but
It will always be in the shade.
That's right. It'll always be in the shade. This is all backyard that we can do anything we want with. I'm thinking a pool, but I don't want to get too overzealous. I know pools are expensive. This house is going to be expensive. We're trying to be a little bit responsible with the finances here. The main priority is the house.
It's the house.
Yeah, and we've got a lake just right down the road. So we definitely want to be able to go out on the lake and have some money for fun stuff. We have SketchUp designs. We're definitely going to show you when we have it finalized and completed. But we have pretty much, I mean, we got it pretty much done.
And we got kind of good news from the Historical Commission about what we can do and what we can't do.
That's right. The
And it was
Historical
encouraging,
Commission.
yep.
Yeah, they said the exterior is all that matters. They don't really care what's on the interior, but they do want this house to be more of a showpiece in the neighborhood. They're all for
The
big
whole street.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring it back.
That's
Yeah.
right. They want big, beautiful houses that attract people. Of course, right? They don't want these old houses that definitely have history, but from a looking perspective, it's just not the best looking. So we're excited to kind of bring the value of the whole neighborhood up, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And the neighbors are excited.
The neighbors are so excited. So let's talk timeline. What is our timeline? Like we said, early fall, end of September, early mid-October, we're going to be moving from Louisiana, and we're going to be moving here and hitting this project pretty hard. Isn't that right?
That's right. First day, cleanup. The sheds got to go.
That's right.
That pile has to go.
That's right.
They do allow burning here, but with the drought, there's a ban. So we're probably not going to burn that.
No.
We'll haul it off.
We'll scoop it up with something. We definitely need to locate a skid steer. We might buy one. We might rent one. We don't know yet. So clean up, and then I think we
that
have
tree's
to.
got to go.
Yeah, we
for
gotta
sure.
we gotta have tree removal, take care of the propane tank. But from a house perspective, I think we'll be simultaneously improving this house a tiny bit while making progress. A tiny bit. All I'm talking about is new paint, maybe a toilet in the actual bathroom would be so nice. AC that works, stuff like that. So I'm not dying in that house pretty much. You know, it's got to be livable.
And we were even talking about maybe buying a new mini split for this house.
That's right.
And then just moving it to cool the upstairs of the garage when it's finished.
That's right.
That would be cool.
So we're going to do that, and then hopefully while all of that's going on, we can be getting plans approved and getting a slab poured for this garage. I think that's step number one. We get a slab poured from this garage, and then you and I are going to start framing it up.
Yep.
And then that's going to be like soon, maybe this year.
Yeah, we've even talked about it. The walls for the garage on day 1, the floor day 2.
Right.
Start framing the second floor.
Yep.
Walls day 3.
Yep.
Put the roof on it.
Yep.
And you can move in.
That's ambitious.
And you mentioned earlier about the audio and video and how we're filming today on an iPhone.
That's right.
But you want to spend some money on equipment, so
That's
the
right.
audio and the video is better.
Last time we did a video just like this, when we were announcing the house, we were discussing the audio and video. We got some comments. It's not the greatest. We know that the iPhone mic is not the greatest. So I already have a list of equipment that I'm gonna get: drones, mics, cameras, GoPros, stuff like that, so that we can capture this process the best we possibly can. We don't just want to be doing the whole thing on an iPhone. We want to take it a step beyond that. So we are conscious of that. So do not worry. All right. So I think we gave them a pretty good idea of what we're doing. They saw the inside of the house. They saw the outside, the plans for the garage and the house right here, the windows, the breezeway, everything like that. Backyard ideas.
And what's your style? Is it modern? Is it Victorian? What
I'm
do you think?
definitely a modern type of guy.
There you go. All right.
But it comes down to the historical committee. They're gonna really decide what the house looks like at the end of the day. Inside will be modern, but man, that's 2 years down the road. Let's just focus on taking that tree out of the ground.
I'm ready, man. I'm excited.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, huh?
Thanks so much. Leave us a comment, ask a question. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you on the next Stud Pack video.
That's right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.